Well, good afternoon. Today is Sunday, March 31st. No, March 30th. Brushing the days here. Tomorrow's the 31st. March 30th. I guess I want this month to be over with. I don't know. But we have birthdays today because today is Barbara Kingman's birthday. So, Barbara, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Barbara. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Trying to fix my sweatshirt. I'm looking a little sloppy. Oh, I got sloppy. I got spilled some tea on me this morning. It's also Karen Owens' birthday. So Karen, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Karen. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Also Paula Ramey. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Paula. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. And Sydney, it's your birthday too. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Sydney. Happy birthday to you. Cha-cha-cha. Well, I hope all four of you have a great, great birthday. I feel a sneeze coming on. You know, when it kind of gets crapped in your nose. I do feel it, so it might jump out at me at some point. I know I need a haircut because see when it starts flipping up. Back in the 60s, I had a flip. Not anymore. Not so much in the 20s when I'm in my 70s. I don't want to flip. So I think I'm going to go tomorrow and get a haircut. Jim has a stress test tomorrow morning, but I'm not going to go with him because he does the medical one. He can't walk because of his hip and his weight too, and let's face it. But the doctor's going to do a medical one, which takes a little bit longer because it's medically induced or whatever. I don't know. I know I did 2 on a treadmill because I go to a cardiologist also. I do, any preventative medicine that I can do, I do. But I know I did do one last year. I think I did the year before. I did a walking one. And then I have also done the one with the medicine. It doesn't matter to me either way. I don't know. Anyway, so Jim's going to do that tomorrow, and they said it'd be a couple hours. So he's going to go by himself to do that. And then tomorrow, I think I will go get my hair cut because it is kind of driving me crazy now. And then, what else is going on? Oh, Bertie and Ron came over last night. We played cards. Bertie and I won 2 games, and Jim and Ron won 3. So, we don't really... Bertie doesn't play very aggressively, so it's kind of hard. When Jim and I are partners, we're both kind of aggressive players, and we take chances, and sometimes it works out, and a lot of times it doesn't, but we take the chance. Unless I know for sure I've got a pretty good hand, I never order it up for Bertie or even pick it up. But Bertie was kind of daring last night, and so I think that's why we did so much better. The one game we beat them 10-1. It was like almost a skunk. We did pretty good. Skunk is when they don't have any points. So, but in the other games were close. They were close. So we had an opportunity to win each game. We lost each game by like 1 point. So, I mean, we still lost, but it was close. And then Jim's sister Barb came home from the hospital today. They figured out she had some sort of stomach virus. They were able to treat it, and she went home. I'm going to bring in Mary to the hospital for her visit on Thursday. She's not checking in or anything, but she has to go down to the big hospital downtown. But Denise had taken her for a drive today because Mary's buying a car this week. One of the people that live in the apartment building where the senior living home where she lives is selling their car. And Mary had a lease before last year and turned her lease in because, I think she turned it in a month early. No, you know what? She was going to turn it in a month earlier, and it was cheaper to keep it and pay the one payment than to pay the early termination fees. So when she paid her last payment, and then we turned the car in. So she was going to buy another car or lease another car, and then this was such a good deal on this car. So she's going to buy it, but she wasn't sure she'd be able to drive because, they told her she should be driving by now, but we weren't really sure, and neither was Mary. So Denise went over there this morning and took her for a test drive, and she said, oh my God, it was like, like riding a bike. You just don't forget. But we were just kind of worried about her reflexes and her strength of, like moving her foot from the gas pedal to the brake. She does walk around the apartment without any assistance. But when she's out, like in public, she uses her walker just for security. But she walked to the car with her walker, was able to put the walker in the back seat and then get in the car. That reminded me of so many times when I was shopping or something, I'd see somebody getting out of a car with a walker, and I'm thinking, oh my God, and they were driving. So she's all excited about that. She doesn't plan on doing any long-term driving, but like if she had to run to the store real quick or something, like, or a doctor's appointment, because other than the ones downtown, her doctor's appointments are pretty close to her house. And then just to get her independence back. Nobody likes to rely on anybody else for help, but it's nice to know that they're there if you need them. So it'll be nice, because I think that by her next appointment going downtown, she'll have driven enough that she'll feel a little bit more secure about driving herself down there. But even still, it might be another couple times, because even though she'd be able to drive down there, it's a long walk through that hospital to get to her different appointments, because usually you have to go first to give blood, then you have to go to a different floor to see the liver doctor, and then you got to go someplace else to see the kidney doctor. And so it's a lot of moving within the facility itself. And it's a huge hospital. I mean, the floor, she's going to the 16th floor for one of her, things. When you first walk in the hospital, there's 3 hallways. You can either go straight or to the right or to the left. So it's huge. It's a big hospital. But, and her husband, Don, needs shoulder replacement surgery. So I don't know that he'd be able to push the wheelchair either. So for a couple more times, Mike and I will take her back. Mike left this morning to go on a fishing trip with, I think, 10 or 12 of his buddies. I think it's down in Louisiana. I'm sorry, in the Gulf of Mexico, because that's what I still call it, is the Gulf of Mexico. And I just don't like. I never understand. I know that New York used to be New Amsterdam. I mean, people change names and stuff. Countries even change their names, and so I just think that it's weird. It's just strange. It's something hard to get used to. I know, but anyway. And then the weather here today is, you can't really tell, but it's really kind of dreary. It rained all night. It's kind of been raining off and on. And I'm gonna fall asleep again. But we're supposed to get storms tonight. To the northern part of the state, they had an ice storm, and so they lost power and everything. It was really, really bad, But we didn't have that. We just had rain. But I was sitting watching 48 Hours because I taped it last night, and now I got to watch it again because I fell asleep in the chair. And I slept for like 45 minutes sitting up in a chair. I always remember when I saw my Aunt Merle would do that, and I'm thinking, oh my gosh, how can anybody fall asleep sitting up? I mastered that. I should get a gold medal in Olympics for that, falling asleep in a chair sitting up. So that's why I'm kind of yawning, is because I thought, I can snap out of it. You got to get up and you got to do something, keep yourself awake. So I thought, I'll just do my video. I haven't done that yet. And then tonight, I think there's 2 more episodes of The White Lotus. I'm going to watch that one. Well, there's only 1 tonight, but I think there's 2 more going on. I'm going to watch that. And then, like I said, I like The Righteous Gemstones. It's so stupid. It is just so stupid, but I find humor in it, so I'm going to watch that. I taped on PBS yesterday The Midsummer Murders. I like the English murder mysteries. I like all of those. I can't think of all of them that I've watched. Grantchester and All Creatures Great and Small, and Mr. Selfridge, anything from England. I love watching. There's a good one on Netflix, Adolescence. I think it's a 4-part miniseries. That was really good too. I watched that. And then I'm still watching. I finished the first season of The Curious Case of Natalia Grace. It's a documentary that was out in 2022. Parts of it I remember, other parts I don't remember. So it must have been like a weekly thing, and I might have caught it one week and then missed it the next week. But the main guy, the father, he's just an attention seeker as far as I'm concerned. It's just like he's something else. And I started watching The American Family on Hulu with, I told you, with Helen Pompeo or Pompano or whatever her name is from Grey's Anatomy, and Mark Duplass. This guy plays him. Mark Duplass plays him perfectly. I thought, boy, how can anybody be playing this guy? And No, he does a really good job with them. It's just him. And then there was a second season of The Curious Case, which I did start watching last night, which I know I never saw, was from Natalia Grace's point of view. So, kind of got hooked up into that. And I don't know what I'm going to have. I'm not really very hungry. For breakfast, I had some eggs and toast, and I had a little bit of fruit, a cup of tea. It really filled me up. So I don't know what we're going to do for dinner. I don't usually cook on Sunday. We don't have a Zoom call because Lynn is still in up the Mississippi River on her cruise. She's been posting on Facebook. It looks like she's having a blast. It's a lot of sightseeing, which Jim loves. Jim absolutely loves. I am not much of a sightseer. I'll go with the crowd to go and see stuff, but yeah, that's just not up my alley and things like that. But Jim would have loved this trip. He would have loved all the sightseeing and all of that. I would have just enjoyed the boat ride, I guess. So I don't know. I would have enjoyed the food more than Jim because a lot of the food choices I couldn't see Jim eating, but I think I could have ate that. But anyway, they're having a good time, and that's all that really matters, is that they're having a good time. And it seems like everywhere they're going, they're able to get their sightseeing in and beat the rain. Because I kind of was concerned because it kept looking like there was so many storms going on down there. But every time she posts something, she always says, well, we beat the rain, and we did this, and we did that. So I'm glad they're having a good time. But so that's going to do it for today. Try not to fall asleep anymore in the chair, or I'm not going to fall asleep tonight in the bed. So, yeah, that's going to do it. Maybe I'll watch some YouTube later on. I think I got a couple videos I got to watch. I'm not going to read. I was going to read today, but if I keep falling asleep and I keep yawning like this, oh my gosh. Whew, this is rude. That'll just put me to sleep, so I'm not going to be doing that. So, that'll do it. Yeah. So let's talk again tomorrow. Hopefully I see you then.